Hey Aries, this is Alicia with Twisted Tarot here to do your April 2019 Twin Flame Tarot reading. Thank you everyone for all your likes, shares, subscribes, comments. You guys just warm my heart. You're amazing. I love you. Happy birthday, Aries. It's part of March. If you're a March Aries, happy birthday. If you're an April Aries, happy birthday. Y'all know I'm a Aries cusp, so I love Aries. Like, I have a ton of friends who are Aries and get along very, very well. We're very similar in a lot of different ways. Fiery, passionate, independent, leaders, etc. So I hope I can give you a really good reading today, Aries. So remember, guys, it is general. So take what resonates, leave the rest. If it's not your message, it's possible that you haven't done a couple things. So to bring you in for my collective, I think of everyone who has liked, shared, subscribed, commented, and also I pull from people within my circle who also have Aries, including myself, to get your energy. So do those things, and you can get the messages from me somewhere in this reading. They should start to come out for you. If they don't, I may not be the tarot reader for you. There are tons of other great readers on YouTube. So, I may just not be it, which is okay. So, also, the roles can reverse. So take what resonates, leave the rest. But if it fully flips, that does happen. No big deal, okay? So what else? I'm trying to think of all the things I wanted to say. Yeah, the roles can flip. I highly recommend that you watch both videos. The reason being is because we're talking about your twin, which you are connected by one soul. So in that instance, turn up the volume here for you guys, make sure you can hear me. In that instance, parts and bits and pieces of yourself and your twin can be intertwined within the two readings. So this is your energy here. Your twin's energy is in the second video, and I break them up into two videos because they kind of get a little long. But I highly recommend watching both if you can, and see if you can get some information from either one, especially if the roles flip. So if the roles are reversed and you're only watching one video, you may be like, that's not even me, and just not even watch the other one, which it could relate to your situation. So try to remember that with love. If this doesn't resonate as well, you can check your moon, your rising, and your Venus sign. Sometimes those will resonate better. For February and March, I would highly recommend that if your sun sign video did not resonate, the moon sign videos were resonating with myself and with other viewers. I got a lot of comments about that, and I noticed that for myself as well. So check your moon, guys, for February and March if your rising sign, your sun sign did not resonate with you. Okay, I think that's it. If you want a personal reading from me, I don't just do twin flames. You can click in the link in the description box below. It will take you to Facebook. If you don't have Facebook or don't want to use Facebook, no problem. You can email me at twistedtarot@gmail.com for all of my rates. And I look forward to answering any questions you have as well, about anything, you're looking to know about, who I am as a tarot reader, things like that, what I offer. Just shoot me an email. All right, we're going to chime a chime and get into your energy and your reading. If you're wearing headphones, you might want to take them off because it could get kind of loud. That was a super delicate ring. Very pretty. All right, guys. These are astrological cards. Spirit helps me take two. This could be the twin sign that you're dealing with. If your twin sign does not come out, it doesn't mean this reading can't be for you. Remember, it's general, and we have tons of cards to get through that could bring out that sign as well. Try not to get hung up on them because, remember, when you look at an astrological chart, there are so many different signs that fall within each planet. So it's possible that when I, pull out these, or these astrological cards come out, they could just be someone's rising, someone's moon, things like that, and placements in the chart. So take it how it fits for you guys, okay? But remember that this is just general, okay? All right, let's see who Aries twin is. Okay, we got two cards come out. We have Sagittarius And we have Cancer. Okay, so it could be dealing with a Sagittarius or a Cancer. Okay, all right, and I forgot to pull your mutual energy. I'm going to do that now. All right, mutual energy between you and your twin. Ooh, victory, 6 of Wands. Oh, man, okay. Excuse me. So there may have been some type of victory in this connection. There might have been, you guys might have been through trials and tribulations and hard times, and maybe you're finally coming to some type of conclusion about that, or something's changed, and you feel like there's something that was hard won in this connection. Like you have worked hard to build it up, and you're feeling pretty good about the effort and the communication that's taking place. It's very balanced with the 6 here, so beautiful energy. Also, this it looks like pearls around her. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to be, but they do look like pearls, like a pearl necklace. Pearl, I believe, might be the stone for Cancer. I'm not 100% sure. That rings a bell, but I could be wrong. Anyways, it feels like your treasures, like it's almost like, and this could also be a little bit of ego too. Somebody may have felt like they won over someone else. So we'll see more information when I clarify these cards here. Remember, guys, I forgot to say that in the beginning. I am an intuitive reader. So what that means is if you see a tarot card and I say something different than how you learned it or how other readers talk about it on YouTube, keep in mind that I may have learned the tarot differently. And also I'm channeling intuitive messages, so that may have nothing to do with that card. I try to take the traditional tarot into account when reading, and the intuitive messages I get. So I try to combine both. All right, well, I'm very interested in that card here. It could be ego, could be somebody feeling like they have won something, or maybe between the two of you, there's some type of energy that's like, yay, we've done it. We have worked hard, okay? And now we're reaping the rewards of this connection and of this effort that we've put in. And normally we see in the traditional tarot, there's a man on his horse, and he has these 6 wands, and he's holding one, and he is just like victorious riding into town. But it can also signify ego, even upright, pride and ego. So it could be... there could be a cost. It is not reversed, but there could be a cost. So we'll see how it plays out here and see where you guys are at. All right. This is a new deck that I'm using. I have a couple new decks here. I have the Faery Oracle. Oh, sorry, Wild Wisdom of the Faery Oracle. Okay, just bought this deck, debuting it today, and the Earth Wisdom. So I will be reading from the book for these. This is hugely long, so I'm not going to take a lot of time on it and read the whole paragraph, because it can sometimes be pages for the card, but I'm going to kind of scan through it and give you the highlights of the card and express how I feel like it matches with your energy. All right, so the first card we have is Story Keeper. That's beautiful. Okay. It says, tell your story, legacy, write your wisdom. Okay, so for some of you, you may be writers. You may write short stories, or you could write stories in general. You could write books. You may be looking into your heritage, so like a DNA, or tracing your heritage through history, maybe your namesake, your family crest, things like that. And for a lot of you, may just be writing down. You could even be a poet here for some of you, and a lot of you are just writing down the things that you're learning about yourself and possibly this connection. So, wow, I'm loving this energy, you guys, and this is the number 4. So if that means something to you, that's great. Okay. All right, it says, time to tell who you are. Share your story. Recognize that you are a record keeper. What it is you wish to gift your ancestors with. What is it you wish to gift your ancestors with? Think of the generations to come and live your life as you would wish your story to be told. Bring what you dream of into reality on a daily basis. Tell the best story possible to yourself about your life. Writing is therapeutic. Be original in your storytelling. So yeah, you may be finding a new way of communicating your story. You may be like enthralling your readers, or practicing styles of writing. Could also be that you are trying to compile information about your history, and your legacy to pass on to your children and grandchildren, etc. So that's very beautiful. Maybe getting records together, putting them into folders based on how they relate to maybe different time periods. Okay, for some of you, it's journaling, and that writing is therapeutic for you. So if you're kind of looking for an outlet there, they want you to get into writing. So beautiful energy. Okay, next card is transformation. Okay, and that's the number 7 or 16 here on the card, but it goes down to 7. That's beautiful. I feel like for a lot of you, amethyst will help with any type of third eye issues. If you're trying to tap into some clairvoyance and some gifts like that, definitely she's got this purple stone here. And that really tells me amethyst in this crystal here would be very, very relevant for you guys. Okay, so let's see what they have to say about transformation. Okay, and they give some information here about things I've never heard before. So I may have to look things up. The first one is Moline or Moline. I'm going to look it up for you guys because I'm not familiar with some of... Okay, it's a tea. Okay. It's a medicinal beverage made from the common mullein plant or mullein plant, a member of the figwort family. Okay. It is highly regarded by folk practitioners as a treatment for a variety of ailments. So I would look this up and see if that's something that y'all are interested in if you're not feeling well. It says that it brings awareness and light to consciousness and understanding of one's higher purpose. Okay, so yeah, if you need that understanding, that higher consciousness, bring things to light for you that you're looking for, maybe some pieces to the puzzle, answers to your questions. And then amethyst. So yeah, amethyst is relevant in this card. It aids in transformation. So if you're going through a transformation, if you're ascending, if you are just going through a spiritual transformation, this will help. It says, sometimes a change of habit is enough. Other times, only a complete transformation will do. It is time to gain a fuller understanding of your soul's purpose, and that will require transformation. A rearranging of your worldview and practices that bring your actions in line with your ideals. Reach for and embrace your highest vision of yourself. Beautiful, yeah. Trying to figure out maybe where your next path is, where you're going here. Let's see what's next. Metamorphosis, yeah, same thing. Okay, we have this transformation that's very heavy in this reading so far here with these two cards. Metamorphosis is all about transformation. It's all about, going from that caterpillar to a butterfly. So you may be in transition. It may be uncomfortable for you right now, but that mullein tea, maybe that will help for some of you, and amethyst as well. Yeah, next card. 8 of Cups. Okay. Feeling like, I feel like you guys are walking away from something, but walking towards something better. Okay, so it's like you were wishing and hoping you just want to get to that 9. Okay, so you're really trying to be diligent in your path. Okay, red is very relevant for a color that you look good in as well. Of course, Aries, we look good in red, especially. It's a very fiery, passionate color. I always associate it really with Aries or fire signs in general. But I feel like this person here, this man, he's looking up at this moon, kind of figuring out, again, with this transformation. We have 2 cards that are kind of talking about transforming, or kind of this, for me, this is what it's telling me in this card. You're kind of walking away from things that no longer serve you anymore, okay? And you've kind of taken stock of it, and it may be making you emotional. Like, it may be making you very sad to have to walk away from some people and places and things and this movement, but you're transforming into something more beautiful, and you're getting closer to that 9 and the 10 of Cups, okay? So you're on your way, okay, to that emotional fulfillment, and I feel like for a lot of you, it has to do with spirituality. Very beautiful, and your spiritual path. It's finding where the moon is lighting your way. We have these, all 3 cards here have moons in them, okay? So you may be doing something around the moon, different moon phases, the moon cycle, the full moon, then new moon, things like that, and trying to release and you're going through a lot of changes here, Aries. Okay, so I feel like for a lot of you that this is beautiful energy. You're just about to come into that metamorphosis of this beautiful this caterpillar turning into a butterfly. Tea leaf, yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. Could be that you were feeling tied down and frustrated with the situation that you had to move on from. Okay, and maybe you feel tied down or frustrated during this metamorphosis process. Like it's almost like, how long is this going to take? We're not very patient, Aries. So you may be like, tick tock, tick tock. So, but that could also be a situation or a person that was making you feel tied down and frustrated with the situation. It could be yourself. It could be someone else. It could be just this path that you're on. Next message, twin flame message is, I feel damaged, like I just can't do this. Yeah, so it's very possible for some of you that you're feeling tied down or frustrated and you just didn't want to put in any more effort within this connection. It's possible that you walked away from your twin, okay, and maybe you got a victory by walking away from them. Maybe for some of you, it was the best thing you could have done because there couldn't have been victory with that person. For others of you, you have victory by walking away from something that no longer serves you because you're transforming into something different. And it may be that your twin was on a different path than you or needed to learn some more lessons before you guys could come into the union in the 3D. And, it could be because you maybe walked away because someone was just, too proud with their pride and their ego, and they lost out on a good thing, Aries. So if somebody walked away from you thinking they got some victory, well, that's sad because Aries is badass. Like, I feel bad for any of you that lose an Aries. Okay? Y'all know why. All right, what's next? 3 graces. All right, beautiful. Oh, look at those 3 friends there. It reminds me of me and my girls. We're like a little threesome, which is beautiful. All right, cooperative ventures with friends, joy, sharing, new partnerships that are fun. So you may just be getting out. Again, we have the moon here. This is the number 1, starting of a new cycle. So they want you to get out with your friends, have fun, celebrate with them. You're going to have joy and you're going to be sharing joyful moments with them. You may be partnering up with new friends and getting, going out and having fun with them. So that's beautiful. Or you're running into new people based on those friends and who they know and things like that. And so that's really beautiful energy, and I'm loving that. All right, and we have divine protection. I'm not going to take this reversed here, guys. These are brand new cards, and they don't have a reverse meaning. So I feel like you may not feel that you have divine protection, but you are divinely protected, okay? And you may be doing spells to make sure you have divine protection here. Look at those candles. 4 candles, 4 circles, and those beautiful flowers here. So I'll find out what those are as well. So you may be doing, well, those don't look like candles. They actually look like crystals. So this may be a ritual that you can do for divine protection. I would look something like that up. You can use salt for your ring. And, fire, you may be burning your intentions and also just doing, look at this. Like this is like a ritual that these monks look like they're doing out in the grass. So it's kind of like that whole idea of it. It's a very beautiful card, and she's wearing red. You can see that within her gown there, or her cape. Oh yeah, I guess her cape is black, but still. Okay, let's see what they've got for us here. Okay. Angelica enhances divine protection, spiritual guidance, love, and healing. Okay, so let's look that up. I believe that is that flower that's here. And if you need more information about its properties, how you use it, you can do that online as well. I'll just get a photo of it so we can give you an idea of what it looks like. Oh, it's a plant. Okay. All right. Holy Ghost herb seeds. Okay. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, you might want to get some or plant some. And this could be used in your ritual for divine protection. Andalusite, which is a stone, you can also look that up, sometimes called fairy stones, can form a circle of protection. So you can use those in your circle here, and that may be what these stones are here, is Andalusite. Very beautiful. It says, sometimes we are required to go where angels and perhaps even fairies fear to tread. Before heading into the deep, dark unknown, surround yourself with divine protection. Create a circle of light around yourself, drawing in protective energy from all around. Connect to your higher source and ask for loving guidance. So at this time, you can ask for guidance from archangels, from your ancestors, from your spirit guides, and ask them for divine protection. You can also do the rituals as well. You can do both. Whatever you feel like is good for you. Saging, just clear your energy, clear your home, clear yourself. You can sage your own energy as well. I feel like for a lot of you, this transformation is taking you into kind of a dark night of the soul period. So you may be kind of still thwarting danger at night. So depending on where you go, when you're by yourself, make sure you're protected, guys, because I'm seeing, that there are forces at work that may, that you need the protection from. So I definitely feel that for some of you. So keep that in mind, especially if your twin is into dark magic, or you've recently come into contact with something like that, or people that represent that. Clear that energy, clear your space. Be very careful to protect yourself before you go, trying to climb a fence in the woods. Okay. And we have regret here. And it's reversed. Okay. So somebody may be lacking regret over something they've done. So they may have you may not regret what you've done. You may not regret your transformation. You may not regret walking away. You may be very happy with your choices. This may just have, maybe in the past you were feeling regretful over it, and now you've kind of released that regret. Okay, you've released that, and you've moved forward from it. So before, maybe it was causing you a lot of stress and anxiety. For some of you just didn't regret this decision. Okay, you didn't regret this death. We have transformation here twice. We have metamorphosis. All this talks about is death. Could be dealing with a Scorpio here. Okay, we have Cancer, Sag. Okay, so this is also you not regretting transforming into something beautiful, and maybe leaving behind the things that no longer serve you. And maybe in the past you had some regrets over this decision, this ending. I believe that this was an ending, but with ending comes rebirth. This is the card of transformation. So it could have been an ending with a person, a job, obviously a relationship is a person, but it could have been a situation. So it's letting go of that, though. I feel like it's just like, okay, it's natural. You understand that it needed to end, and maybe you don't regret that it needed to end. It needed to end. It needed to come to a close, okay, for the next chapter, for this transformation to take place. One door closes, another opens. Okay, we have boat. All right, this says money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. Okay, so it's very possible that this death was an actual physical death of someone like an aunt. I feel like it's female for a lot of you. And when they passed, they may have been sick or old, or it was just a natural occurrence. I feel like they're a lot older than you, maybe 20, 30 years older. And when that happened, and then maybe a Scorpio, when that happened, there was money or property that probably was divided between their heirs and things like that. And maybe that was through that you received an inheritance, a winning or a windfall. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a death of a person, but because it falls below the death card, I'm feeling like if somebody did pass away. All right, guys, my video froze. Maybe you don't have any regrets about the ending, because maybe it was somebody was sick and it was the way it was supposed to go. Maybe you said everything you needed to say to that person before they passed on. That could be why the regret card is reversed here. So it's like releasing that, and maybe you're releasing the idea that you regret something that you didn't say, but that you were just like, listen, it's not the end of the world. You'll see them again on the other side and things like that, and they're still with you type of energy. All right, twin flame message. Would you reject me? Yeah. So it's possible for some of you, I'm not sure after this is ended, with if your twin would reject you. So maybe a fear of rejection is part of this underlying issue within you and your twin. Maybe somebody thought they won, like that they cheated and lied and and they were able to kind of do so and thwart this connection, but maybe and then they have a lot of ego, and they're kind of like waving their wands in your face, like, haha, look what I got to do to you, and for some of us, our twins just mirror things to us and cause a lot of pain there too. So it's very possible that they were just mirroring this energy to you. Maybe you both had pride and ego, and you both feel victorious in this connection. If one of you ended it, if it was you who ended it, if it was the other person, or if you both decided to end it, maybe it was just like, well, that's good. For others of you, it's just a victory coming together for y'all. So maybe being able to overcome some obstacles within the connection. Okay. Next card is Light the Darkness. Okay. And this is reversed, but this is how it looks upright. Such a cool card. Look at that. And it's reversed. Okay. So it talks about ancestors, ancestral line, and generational shift. Okay. All right. And we have 14 and 4. Let's see. Or 14 or 5. And then that adds up to 10. So an end of a cycle for these angel cards. Okay. All right, let's see what they say for the Fairy Oracle. Oh, angel card, sorry, for the Fairy Oracle cards. Let's see what they want to tell us about that card being reversed here. Let's see. Okay. Reverse meanings. Only sticking to people your age, knowing little about your older relatives, mistrusting people who are older, stereotypical thinking and beliefs about older people, needing to connect with other older people but feeling cut off from them, feeling they are unlike you, believing that the generational gap is too wide to be bridged or that bloodlines don't matter, denying your DNA, wanting to cut yourself off from your family of origin and their history and traditions. Okay, so for a lot of you, it could be that you may be struggling with who you are, especially with that story keeper. So maybe you found out something about your bloodline that you want nothing to do with, that is almost atrocious. Like maybe you have Nazi past. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that, we do have ancestors that did do things that were out of our control, that we never planned to be a part of or want to be a part of. It's very possible that the bloodlines and the traditions that are in your family are detrimental to your mental health, okay? Mental and physical health for some of you, and you want nothing to do with that. It could be denying that you have any part of that by denying your DNA because it doesn't serve you who you really are. I feel like for some of you, who you really are is not who your ancestry is. So it's maybe making up your own story, maybe living your own ancestry, recreating it on your own for some of you. Very, very interesting energy there. Next card is Go with the Flow. All right, yeah. Very beautiful. Wow. I love this card. And then we have the number 20. And this is from the Earth Wisdom Oracle. Let's see what they have to say. They give such good information here as far as what can really help with going with the flow. So, loose strife helps coping when life is overwhelming and going with the flow in the midst of chaos. Okay, let's see what that looks like here. Loose strife. Okay, purple loose strife. It's a wildflower. It's very beautiful. So it's purple flowers on the card here. Look like that. Awesome. Okay, could plant them. Then we have orbicular jasper, enhances steady, slow breathing, which supports patience and flexibility of mind. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, it's impatience with this transformation, with this new direction, with going with the flow. Is not normally, it can be an Aries trait depending on, all your planets, where they fall, etc. It's not every Aries, but for the majority, we have a hard time with patience. We have a hard time going with the flow. we like to control things. We like to be in control. We like to lead. We like to know where we're going. A lot of us are still up for adventure and not knowing, so that's not always the case, but it's telling you the path to your goal is not a straight line, but is filled with unexpected bends, detours, and blocks. Being frustrated, angry, or impatient won't help. Try to accept that this chaos is part of the experience rather than fighting it or flailing about. Find the rhythm or flow in the chaos and ride it gently to your destination. Yeah, so there's going to be bends, there's going to be frustration, there's going to be things that don't go right on this path, but they want us to try and get into a more receptive energy, a more feminine ability to just go with the flow, relax, laid back type of energy, rather than that masculine who's like action oriented, want to do it now, want to know it now, want to control it now. Okay, next card is winter. Okay. So winter may be relevant to your situation. They may be wanting you to go with the flow. Winter is actually no longer in the United States, so where you're from, it could still be winter for you. There may have been an ending or a metamorphosis, something to do with the winter here. Let's see what else we've got this. Okay. So during the winter, the Three of Cups is reversed below that. So this may have symbolized that the situation with this Three of Cups, a person may have entered or exited the situation. So things could have been, things could have involved a situation that had too many people involved, or was an actual, remember, third party doesn't have to be a person. So Three of Cups here is talking about an emotional connection here. So it's also the ending of emotional connection. So it's possible here with this Death card falling before that you took yourself out of a third party situation in the wintertime. You don't regret that. Now you're trying to go with the flow, and now you're trying to recreate some of your ancestry, some of your history, maybe exploring writing and things like that. But you're going through a huge metamorphosis, okay? And so for that Three of Cups, I feel like it's, either you were just like done with the third party bullshit that was happening, and that's where this victory comes in, is because you were like, bye. Like, I'm not a third party. I'm not going to be involved in it. Maybe this other person kept bringing in third parties, maybe your twin, and you were like, could have been partying, drinking, staying out too late, doing what you want to do as well. Next card is Spear. Yeah, heartache over what you no longer have. Yeah, so, and this Three of Cups is also a reunion, and it's also a very beautiful card when it's upright. It doesn't have to be a third party. So, and it's very much this celebratory, that like this Three Graces, it's almost like coming together and having a beautiful connection. But when it's reversed, it's almost like it's lost. Okay, this connection is now lost, and I feel like there's a heartache over this loss. And that would make sense, okay? But somewhere along the line, you feel this was what was meant to be. Where there's a victory here for some of you, okay? But it also could be pride and ego that could be holding you back from your twin. You both could be set on things being your way, especially a fire on fire. Sag and Aries, you got a Sag and an Aries. They are set on having things come to fruition in the way that they want to control it as well. So, and it's also stubbornness, and pride and ego can definitely take over, okay? So yeah, but I feel like this Three of Cups is that lack of connection, okay? An emotional connection has unfortunately ended during the winter. Okay, Twin Flame message, I have to do something else right now. Please try and understand. Yeah, this person that I'm channeling on this side, for a lot of you, with both of these cards here where it says, I feel damaged, like I just can't do this, and doing something else right now, they may be not involved in this twin flame connection anymore. They may be moving forward, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't cause them heartache, okay? It doesn't cause you heartache, Aries, because I'm sure it does. Because you no longer have this connection, okay? And something had to come to an end. It could even be a friendship that is no longer, could be your best friend. I mean, it could be anybody. It could still be your twin. So, yeah, right now you just have to do something else, okay? And maybe that's going with the flow right now. Exactly, going through this metamorphosis. All right, so let's do some clarifying here. We've got the Six of Wands for victory, but also could be pride and ego. So let's see what this card can be clarified out to, if we can get some more energy on it. As most of you know, I use the Shadowscapes Tarot to clarify. And my last deck was just falling apart, so I got a new one. And it's brighter, more vibrant. The colors are great. It might be a tiny bit bigger than my other tiny deck. I think it might be. Let's see here. They're rounded more, I guess. I don't know. They've got a beautiful border. The border's different. So the other one was just getting worn out, and I just needed to get something. I needed to get a new deck is what I needed. So I got it for you guys so I could clarify. All right. So why is the Six of Wands here? Why is the Six of Wands here for the connective energy, please? Seven of Cups. Okay. So it's very possible that at this point with this victory, someone in the connection has options. Could be you, could be your twin. It could also be that there's a lot of confusion, but surrounding this victory, like somebody may have put their white flag up and the other person's like, yay! But it's still not done. It's almost like it's a victory that lacks emotional fulfillment, okay? Because the Seven of Cups, that person doesn't know which cup to pick. It's like, okay, looking at all these cups, okay, this may look good over here, but this may look good over here, but it's almost like not picking a path and sticking with it as well. I see that with the Seven of Cups here in this card specifically. It's also this woman showing this man, hey, look what we can have. Look how beautiful this is. Like, look at this connection. Look at this tree up here. She's pointing, and this guy could care less. So it may be that because that person, either you or your twin, had options, that it was just like this Eight of Cups, just walking away. Like, no, I'm not going to be a part of those options. And, this may have just happened within the winter time here. We're now in spring. So this is just that residual energy of that. I feel like even with the Seven of Cups, I think even this person was confused about this connection. They were confused about what you were to them, or you may have been confused about what you were, whether they were your twin, or, how, it's very possible that, that was the underlying energy. And then the Six of Wands, somebody thought, oh, I could do better. I feel like this person or you were like, oh, I could do better. Okay, I can do better. I can do better. What's that song like? I don't know. Anyways. All right, so let's clarify the Eight of Cups. Why is the Eight of Cups here? If it gives me the Six of Wands, that would be crazy. If it ties it back, that would make a lot of sense. Why somebody was like, bye. Like, not waiting around. Not going to sit around being confused either. Having to make some decisive decisions. I feel like with that Six of Wands, like having to make decisive decisions for some of you. Like very like, okay, this is how it's going to be. Too many cards. Okay, why is the Eight of Cups here? Hush. Zelda, hush. Okay. All right, we got 3 cards. I'm going to take them. They like to talk to me in books recently. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Okay. So I feel like there was some truth to the situation, or you finally figured out possibly some clarity about this King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. That, the truth was that maybe this person came in as a knight, okay? They didn't actually come in as, like, this is like that energy that backs up this King of Cups. It's like this King of Cups is still immature with that Knight of Cups, like still has a little bit to learn about love. It's an immature proposal because it doesn't fully come from the King of Cups, okay? It's related to what the King of Cups brings with him, because this is how it fell. So it's like this Knight of Cups wants to rush in and offer this love offer to the King of Cups. So maybe you rushed in and offered your love to this King of Cups, okay, because you knew that this person was your twin, or this was a beautiful love connection that you wanted to cultivate, okay? For some of you, it was this idea that the King of Cups, if they came to you with some clarity and some love, they didn't come quite as the king. They came with baggage, they came with baggage. They came with this Knight of Cups who still has some lessons to learn, who still may be immature in their way of offering love. They may be rushing in to offer you their cup, and it may be full of fantasies and full of good things, but they still have more to learn. There's still some type of clarity over the situation this person hasn't actually matured, okay? So it could be the Scorpio energy here. It could be that you had to walk away because this King of Cups, this action, it may not have happened, or if it did, it wasn't enough. Something to do with, and you may have felt tied down or frustrated. They may have been just overly gushy and emotional and up in their feels. And not that Aries doesn't, have feelings. Of course we do. But sometimes it can overwhelm us, and we want to run. We can feel tied down and frustrated because it's almost clingy. Okay, I feel like this person might have been very clingy in the past, or what they brought to you was like, oh my God, feel my love, oh my God, and you were like, ah, like run away, like walk away. Maybe it was overkill, okay, for some of you. Could be a choice between two people. Could be water signs here. We've got water signs heavy. It could have been a choice between them. It could have been a younger, like 20s, even to teens, Knight of Cups. And then this King of Cups could be a little bit older, maybe upper 30s, 40s, 50s type of energy, all the way up, beyond. But it feels like you received some clarity over that King of Cups, that they only had that they had an immature offer of love for some of them. And it could have been two offers. And then maybe you walked away from both. It's very possible you walked away from both. If you had two people here, Aries, you may have been like, no, I don't want any of this. Okay. And you may have and it may have been two people with that Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. Maybe you chose one and that's where the victory was. Maybe you had a lot of options. I feel like somebody had a lot of options. If it's you that had a lot of options, they may have told you, choose one of us, pick one of us. And for something here, for the one that you didn't pick, you don't regret not picking that person. I feel like you made the decision, you stuck with it, and then it ended a third-party situation because you may have had multiple people to choose from. So it could be a soulmate and your twin, could be a karmic and your twin, karmic and a soulmate, etc. All right, what's up with the Death card here? All right, why is the Death card here? What you're enlightened to something about, or you were asked to make a decision. Okay, Death. Okay. All right, Seven of Wands and Seven of Wands upright and the Nine of Wands reversed. Okay, so I feel like this is conflicting energy. It's like you want to communicate with this person, but it causes a lot of conflict. Or when you did make the decision, you cut off one and to stop communicating with this Nine of Wands reversed. With the and even so, it was like causing this conflict. Like, should I do this? Should I not do this? It's like you almost went back and forth in your head, is what it feels like here, because these are two sets of wands, one reversed, one upright. And the Nine of Wands upright is a lot of communication, but reversed, it's not fast moving communication. It's miscommunication. It's things not being said. Okay, it's lack of. So you may have picked to do that. And instead, and that may have caused conflict with the person that you decided that you no longer wanted to be with. That Seven of Wands could have caused a lot of conflict with that person, but you don't regret it because you knew that the choice was, you made the choice and now you don't regret it, okay? And you stuck by it, okay? And that's exactly what needed to be done, okay? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like flip-flopping in your head and your heart between, the two people. I feel like, again, there was two people here, this King of Cups and this Knight of Cups. that were coming onto the scene, like pick us, like here I'm your twin, or like just like bombarding you with this energy here. Okay. And you may have picked none of them. It's very possible, and just done you. So that could have been a victory for you guys. So beautiful energy. I've been there. I've been asked to pick between two different guys, and I picked neither of them, and I was like, bye. So if you're like me as an Aries, you forced me into a corner like that, and instead of letting me make my own decision, like I feel like you guys wanted some time to make that decision. It was almost forced on you, or you felt like it was just getting harder and harder to go between these two people or to pick between two of them. And so you might have just been like, okay, I'm removing myself completely. Okay, because then we have the Three of Cups reversed. So, you know, multiple people involved. Not anymore. Not anymore. Heartache over what you no longer have. Okay, so that's definitely relevant here. Okay, why do we have the Three of Cups reversed? No, too many cards. Three of Cups reversed. All right. I love this deck, but it is a little bit slippery versus the other one. Oh, there we go. Six of Wands. Okay. Yes, Spirit, you are super funny. Okay, Six of Wands. Yeah. Takes you all the way back to the victory. Okay, takes you all the way back to the Six of Wands again. Okay, so no longer putting up with this third party situation, removing yourself completely, or making a choice between two people, or just choosing yourself was a victory. Like, you know, it may have gotten so confusing and so convoluted that you were just like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna pick me, like, and I'm just gonna do me. So for some Aries out there, that may resonate. For others of you, you did pick someone, but you're still sad about. You're still possibly sad about the heartache over what you no longer have, even though for some of you, you don't regret this decision. Okay, you don't regret it. You know, you may have in the past been wavering back and forth what to do, who to pick, but either way, this was a victory. So if someone didn't pick you either, that could also be, I don't feel that here, but you may have been like, okay, you know what, if you have to sit here and go back and forth on this, like, we just need to end this because I'm worth more. And Aries always knows that. We always know we're worth way more than that. So if you sit there and go between some other woman or some other man and us, pick that other person. We know our worth. And if we don't at the time, we may settle for shitty relationships, just at the expense of not pleasing ourselves and pleasing others. But eventually we fucking rebel and we're like, bye. No, no. This was a way to show your power in this situation. You stood up for yourself and you were like, nuh-uh, nope, no more. Beautiful, Aries. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay? Yeah. I'm really liking this. Okay, let's see what your fortune is. Oh, you guys have sun. Very cool. All right, it says, open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. Yes, absolutely. You have so many things that are happening, that the growth that that's taking place, this metamorphosis, that you're moving through, this divine protection and going with the flow, you know, and trying to tell your story here is very beautiful energy as well for those of you that are writers. I really love that. That energy is just massively cool. All right, guys. So we're going to see you on the other side for your twins video. If I don't see you over there now, I will see you for your May videos. Take care.